Yes, so this is just an image for you to look at while I explain all of the changes in the industry right now around this. This is just a AI-generated image, so don't take what it says on this picture for law. Briefly, you have a gas engine, so you carry your range around in gasoline instead of carrying around in electric and in batteries. So you can use the drive from an electric motor and the range from a gas motor. Ends up being way more efficient than both. So who's jumping on board is the question. Now, not that long ago, 4 or 5 episodes ago, we were talking about how who's on this train? Edison and Dodge with the Ram. That's it.
And Scout, technically.
Well, I mean, maybe they were, but like it was not. We were talking about how it's so limited. Very, very few were on this. And that Stellantis was ahead of the curve on something finally. Now I want to tell you who all is moving to some form of EREV in their lineup. Oh, I wish I remembered the website. I think it was Consumer Reports is estimating by 2031, 20% of automotive sales will be EREV. They are predicting that every major manufacturer will have an EREV available. And this is part of the reason why. So Stellantis will have the Ram Rev, they'll have the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and presumably they'll have the engine option for the
Ram Charger,
which will get the Ram Charger powertrain that was supposed to be in the Ram Charger.
But I'll come full circle.
Yeah. Oh my! We won't rehash that. Okay, so the Ram Rev, the Ram 1500 Rev, the Ram Charger, and the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, at least in Stellantis' lineup, are going to go the way of the EREV as an option. Volkswagen Group has started Project Trinity, which is a really cool name. It's the development of a new EREV platform, ground-up EREV designed. Like they've done ground-up battery electric platforms, but this is ground-up EREV.
Is that what Scout is based on?
It might be, but I know Scout is owned by Volkswagen, but this is presumably to replace the Atlas.
Okay.
Toyota, they have a new EREV platform in the works, confirmed, and it will... But the part that's not confirmed is that it's going to be for the Tacoma and Tundra to compete with Ford and Dodge's offerings at 700-mile range. Mm-hmm. Scout, the Traveler, and Terra are both going EREV. And like you mentioned before, we have 80% of sales are going to EREV instead of to battery electric?
I'm going to talk more about this in a minute, but it's now surpassed 90%.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, it's just better. Ford, the F-150 Lightning has shifted from battery electric to EREV. Edison Motors obviously has the semi-trucks and the pickup kit. Nissan has the Rogue e-Power, same idea. Hyundai is developing a universal EREV platform for their larger SUVs. That includes Genesis is going to have the GV70, GV80. Hyundai is going to have an EREV version of the Palisade and Santa Fe. So their larger SUVs are all getting this treatment. And then Honda, this one's rumored. This one's not confirmed. Everything before this has been confirmed, unless I said specifically it wasn't. The Zero Series SUV platform, I imagine named that because it was going to be a battery electric platform. Right now, Honda sells a battery electric vehicle, but it's actually just a Chevrolet.
The Prelude.
The
Prologue.
Yeah, Prologue. Yeah. However, they don't have their own battery electric platform. They were developing that, calling it the Zero Series. That's now shifted, rumored to have completely shifted. It will at least partially, but rumored to be completely shifted to EREV, where they're just not doing a battery electric. A lot of these companies still try for the battery electric at the same time. Honda's like, if that's the way this is going, we're not doing any battery electric. We're doing all EREV. So everybody's jumping on board, just like we predicted. It's the best way to go.
Mm-hmm.